This is CPM Precalculus, Chapter 1, number 151. State the parent graph, the transformation, and the equation for each graph below. Okay, so parent graphs, we have to remember way back, if we forgot, we know we've been introduced to 6 so far, back at the beginning of Chapter 1, looking at even problem 13 in Chapter 1, we know that we have y is equal to x squared, the parabola function, x cubed, the cubic function, 2 to the x, our exponential, 1 over x, our reciprocal, the absolute value, and the square root. Okay, so these are our 6 parent functions, and you forget, look back to problem 13 in chapter 1. So which one does this look like? Well, this one kind of looks like our parent function. So parent is going to be, it looks like our cubic function, right? Our cubic function curves up and curves down. So our parent looks to be y is equal to x cubed. All right? And in B, our parent, okay, which one of these looks like the parent? Well, it looks like the absolute value of x. That looks to be the parent function. Again, but it starts here at the origin. Okay, so the transformation that took place. So we know that the cubic function, it starts here at the origin and goes up to the right and down to the left like this, right? So this one, it obviously went through some shifts, right? It went to the right by 2 and down by 3 to get here. And it also, if you notice, it goes up on the left and down on the right, so reflected across the axis as well. So the transformations are it reflected across our x-axis. It shifted to the right by 2 units and shifted down by 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Shift down by 3 units. Okay? So what is the new equation? So our graph here, y is equal to, well, if we reflected, remember that's going to make it a negative, right? This makes it negative x cubed, right? Shift down is going to be, no, shift to the right means we're going to, in our input of x, it's going to be minus 2 there, x minus 2, right? And then shift down is going to be outside of the argument. We're going to subtract 3 to go down. So our new function, let's call it y sub 1, is going to be negative times x minus 2 cubed. So this minus 2, remember, inside the argument, shifts it to the right by 2 units. The negative is what's going to reflect it across our x-axis here. And subtract 3 is going to shift it down by 3 units. Okay? So this is our parent function. It's reflected across the y-axis. I mean the x-axis, sorry. The x-axis. It's shifted to the right by 2 and down by 3. So this is the equation for our function drawn in black. Okay, so here in part B, what are the transformations this went through? Well, this one wasn't reflected across the axis, right? It was just shifted to the left by 1 and down by 2. So it's shifted left by 1 and shifted down by 2 units. Okay, so our new function, let's call it y sub 2, is going to be what? So we take the original one to shift it left. So left and right, we need to put it within the argument. So left means plus 1, right? And then shift down means outside the argument. So it's x plus 1 inside the argument. Down is minus 2. So this is going to be the absolute value of x plus 1, and then we subtract 2 on the outside of the argument. You could put parentheses here, but it's optional because take them away and you still have the absolute value. All right, so this ends CPM Precalculus Chapter 1, number 151.